The secret of happiness: don't compare yourself. In a small, peaceful town called Sundarpur, there lived a boy named Arav. The town was known for its green fields, clear blue skies, and friendly people. Life in Sundarpur was simple and sweet, and Arav's home was filled with laughter, warmth, and love. His parents, though not wealthy, worked hard and were kind-hearted. They raised Arav to be humble, honest, and helpful. Arav was an intelligent and kind boy. He helped his mother in the kitchen, fetched water from the well, and helped his father in the small vegetable garden they had behind the house. He loved school and was always curious to learn new things. But as Arav grew older, something began to change. One day, while returning home from school, Arav noticed his friend Rishi riding a brand new cycle. It was red, shiny, and had a bell that made a sweet sound. Arav only had an old cycle that his father had repaired many times. "Wow, Rishi, that's a nice cycle," Arav said, trying to smile. "Thanks. My uncle gifted it to me. He bought it from the city," Rishi said proudly, ringing the bell. That night, Arav stared at the ceiling and whispered to himself, "Why don't I have a cycle like Rishi's?" It started small, but then it grew. In school, Meena, the top student, always got full marks and was praised by the teachers. Arav tried hard, but he couldn't beat her scores. He began to feel less proud of his own achievements. At home, Uncle Raj, their neighbor, had a big house, a car, and servants. Every Sunday, when his children wore new clothes and went out for picnics, Arav sat at his window and watched, wondering why his family didn't have those things. He began to compare everything: his clothes, his home, his marks, his toys, his meals, his life. And slowly, his joy disappeared. Arav's parents noticed the change. He was no longer the cheerful boy who sang while doing chores or ran happily to school. He became quiet, often sad, and stopped smiling. His mother gently asked, "Arav, is everything all right?" He shrugged. "Yes, Amma." But it wasn't. He didn't enjoy the things he used to love. He stopped reading his favorite stories. He didn't laugh with his friends. He even stopped helping in the garden. Every time he saw someone else happy or successful, he felt a sharp pain in his heart. One evening, his father found him sitting alone under the banyan tree near the river, staring into the water. His father sat beside him. "What are you thinking, Arav?" Arav sighed. "Appa, why don't we have a big house like Uncle Raj? Why don't I have new clothes like Rishi? Why can't I be as smart as Meena?" His father looked at him with soft eyes. "So that's what has been bothering you?" Arav nodded. His father smiled gently. "Let me tell you something, my son. Do you see that mango tree over there?" Arav looked across the river. A tall mango tree stood there proudly, full of green leaves and yellow fruits. "Now look next to it," his father said. "There's a guava tree. It's smaller, isn't it?" "Yes," Arav replied. "But does the guava tree ever feel sad that it's not tall like the mango tree? Does it stop giving sweet guavas because it's shorter?" Arav looked puzzled. "No," his father nodded. "Each tree grows in its own way, gives its own fruit, and lives its own life. If the guava tree kept comparing itself to the mango tree, it would forget how special it is." Arav listened silently. Everyone has their own time to shine. Their own gifts, their own journey, his father continued. The moment you start comparing yourself to others, you forget your own worth. That's when happiness slips away. Arav stared at the trees. For the first time, he began to understand. That night, Arav couldn't sleep. His father's words echoed in his mind. The next day, at school, he looked at Meena and instead of feeling bad, he thought, "She's good at studies. That's her gift. But I'm good at drawing. That's mine." He smiled quietly. During lunch, Rishi showed off his new cricket bat. Arav admired it but didn't feel jealous. "It's a nice bat," he said. "Maybe I can make one from wood with Appa." He started seeing the beauty in his own life again. The warm meals Amma cooked. The evenings in the garden. The kindness in their home. But the journey wasn't easy. One day, during a school event, Arav tripped and fell while performing a skit. Some students laughed. His cheeks burned with shame. For a moment, he felt like quitting. But he remembered the guava tree. I'm not perfect. But I'm learning, he whispered to himself. He got up, dusted himself off, and finished his part in the play. His teacher smiled and clapped. That's the spirit, Arav. His heart felt lighter than it had in weeks. A few days later, Arav's grandmother came to visit. Daddy was old, wise, and always full of stories. One evening, she saw Arav sitting alone. Lost in thoughts, Beta? She asked. He nodded. Daddy, why do people compare themselves to others? She chuckled. Ah, that's a long story. Want to hear it? Arav smiled. Always. Daddy began. Once, there were two birds. One was a parrot with bright green feathers. The other was a nightingale with a sweet voice. The parrot wished he could sing like the nightingale. The nightingale wished she had feathers like the parrot. They both spent their lives feeling unhappy. Until one day, a wise old owl told them, Parrot, you're the most colorful bird I've seen. And Nightingale, your songs are the most beautiful melodies of the forest. Why are you trying to be someone else? They realized their mistake. And from that day, the parrot chirped proudly, and the nightingale sang with joy. Arav grinned. I understand, Daddy. She touched his cheek. Happiness doesn't live in what others have. It lives in what you already are. Arav began to change. Not on the outside, but deep within. He started drawing again, his favorite hobby. His pictures were filled with colors, joy, and imagination. One day, his teacher entered his drawing into a school competition. Arav didn't expect anything, but he ended up winning second prize. The smile on his face returned. He also began helping his classmates. When someone didn't understand a lesson, he explained it kindly. When someone was sad, he shared his tiffin with them. People began noticing the new Arav, confident, kind, and content. Even Rishi, who had once shown off his new things, started saying, Arav, you're always so positive. How? Arav replied simply, I stopped comparing my life to others. And I started enjoying my own. One afternoon, the school hosted an essay competition. The topic was, what is the secret of happiness? Arav sat down and began writing. The secret of happiness is not in money, fame, or fancy things. It is in being thankful for what you have. It is in being kind, working hard, and knowing that everyone is different. When we compare ourselves to others, we forget how special we are. Like the trees, each of us grows in our own way. Some give mangoes, some give guavas, and some give shade. The world needs all kinds of people. I learned that the secret of happiness is this: don't compare yourself. Just be yourself. That's more than enough. His essay won first prize. But more than the prize, Arav felt proud of how far he had come. Years passed. Arav grew into a fine young man. He became a teacher in Sundarpur and opened a small art school for children. He taught not just drawing but also the lessons of life. Every child has a gift, he would say. Don't try to be like someone else. Be the best version of you. Parents thanked him. Children admired him. And Arav, the boy who once compared everything, had become a guide for others to find happiness. One evening, he walked by the river with his father, now older and slower. Appa, Arav said, do you remember the mango and guava tree? His father smiled. Of course. You were right. The guava tree is just as special as the mango. I've learned to love being the guava. His father placed a hand on his shoulder. And that, my son, is the secret of happiness.